Okay, so everyone, we are going to start with statistics today. Okay, so let us understand the basic things which you have in statistics. Okay, the basic things which you will be having is mean, median, and mode. Okay, first you should know what all these things are. Means maybe you have learned this in your class ninth or 8th, right? What is mean? Mean means nothing. Mean is nothing but what? Just to find the average,
Average.
right? If I write 10, 20, and 30, so if I ask what is the mean of them, so you will say that the mean of them is 20. What you will do, you just add all of
20.
them and divide it by 3, right? That's the basic way you find the data. Means but when the datas are like this, means 10 comma 10 comma 10, and then 21 comma 22 comma 22 comma 23 comma 24 and 24 and so many times 24. Suppose 5 times they have written 24, right? So this is an ungrouped data right now. Okay, it's an ungrouped data, but you can write this data in a grouped format also. Now how you can write in a grouped format? What you can write, the 10 has appeared 3 times, right? So this will be your reading, and this is the frequency, how many times it has appeared. 21 is only one times, so the frequency is 1. Okay, 22 has appeared 2 times, so if I write 22 over here, 2. That's the frequency of that which I'm writing over here. 23 only once, and 24 4 times. Okay, so this is what your grouped data now. Okay, this will be said as a grouped data where we have written with frequencies. Okay, 10 has appeared 3 times, 21 appeared once, 22 appeared twice, and so on. Fine, this is what your grouped data is. Yeah, now the
Okay.
next thing is, if you want to find the mean of such data, okay, with frequency. Okay, so if you want to find mean of such data, so what you have to do, summation of fi into xi upon summation of fi, means this summation of this into this. See, if you add this 3, if you want to find the mean of all this thing, right, what you will do, you will add this 3, right? 10 plus 10 plus 10, that gives you 30. But if you multiply this 2, then also it gives you 30. Are you getting it? That's why what do we do, fi into xi means this frequency into this will give you the same thing. Also, since there are 3 count over here of 10, if you add all this 3, you'll get the total number of counts which it has. Yes or no? So if you apply this formula, you'll get the mean. Okay, this is the basic way of finding the mean. Okay, we'll be doing some of the sums based on this first. Okay, so you can write, to find the value of mean, this is what your mean. To find mean, you can write this formula, summation of fi into xi upon summation of fi, where xi is your reading, is what you are reading, and your fi is your frequency. That's your frequency. Fine. The next. Now, this summation of fi into xi means what actually? The summation of fi into xi means
So,
f1 into x1 plus f2. Yeah,
so let's say if the XI reading is not given in the question, then how can we find it?
just a moment. What you are saying? If the fi values are not given, or xi.
So no XI value. The reading values are
Okay,
not given
okay,
then.
okay. If they are not given, then the mean will be given. Okay, the total mean will be given. Okay, and by using the same formula, we will be finding. We'll be doing such type of sums in your exercise. Okay, fine. Now, just a moment. Class mark, I'll explain directly in the. Now, there are 3 methods of finding the mean. We'll be learning all of them. The first one is direct method. The second one is shortcut method. And this third one is step deviation method. The formula which I have given you just before, that was for direct method. Okay, we'll be solving some of the sums from direct method, and then I'll tell you what is shortcut method and what is step deviation method. Okay, now let us solve one of the sum from your exercise, and then I'll further explain you the. Okay, now over here, what they have given, a survey was conducted by a group of students as a part of their environment awareness program, in which they collected the following data regarding the number of plants in 20 houses in a locality. Okay, find the mean number of plants per house. Okay, so the number of plants which has 0 to 2 number of plants, the number of houses were 1. Okay, the number of plants means if you see the number of plants, they have 2 to 4 plants. So how many houses they like that they found? There were 2 houses. Okay, so the number of plants from 4 to 6, there were only one house. The number of plants where 6 to 8 plants were seen in a single house. So in that case, there were 5 houses in like that. Okay, and what you have to find? You have to find the mean number of plants per house. So now to do this, we'll be needing first of all, we'll have to make a table to solve this. Okay, I'll take a table. Okay. Now what all data you have over here? The first is number of plants they have given. Okay, number of plants they have given. Okay, the next is number of houses they have given. Okay, so if you write the number of plants over here from 0 to 2, from 2 to 4, then from 4 to 6, 6 to 8 they have given, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and 12 to 14. Okay, these are the total number of plants they have given, and number of houses which they have found: 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, and 3. Fine. Now over here, this number of houses which you can see, that is what your frequency. So you can write over here this as your Fi. Now since this data are not exact value, they have given from 0 to 2, from 2 to 4, from 4 to 6, right? If they are giving like this, then you have to find what is the class mark for this class. Okay, for the each class you have to find the class mark. Now how to find that class mark? That is said as class mark. You can write it as class mark. And what you will do to find that class mark, what you will do, the upper limit minus the lower limit, sorry, upper limit plus lower limit, that is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. That's what you will do, right? So the lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2 and 2 divided by 2 is 1. You get it as 1. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 by 2 is 3. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 by 2 is 5. Similarly, this will be 7, this will be 9, this will be 11, this will be 13. Got it? This will be said as what your class mark. Okay. And since we are doing with the direct method, so what is our formula to find the mean? To find the mean, your formula is summation of fi into xi upon summation of fi. Okay, this is what your formula to find the mean. Okay. Now since this is your fi, so we'll need one more table over here. Since this is the fi table, we'll write summation of fi over here. The summation of fi is how much? If you add all of them, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. So that is summation of fi is 20. You will also do summation of xi. See, that's what is needed. Summation of fi into xi. So we'll also find what is summation of xi. So 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16, 16 plus 9 is 25, 25, 36, 36, 46, and 49. Okay, that gives you 49. Wait, wait. We need summation of fi into xi, no? So we'll have to do summation of fi xi first. Wait. If this is your fi and this is your xi, we'll find summation of fi into xi. To find that, we'll do fi into xi first. Okay. So 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 3 is 6, 1 into 5 is 5, 5 sevens are 35, 6 nines are 54, 2 elevens are 22, and 3 thirties are 39. Got it up to over here? Yeah, after that you just have to add this. You need to find what is summation of fi into xi to find the mean. Okay, you will add all of them. Okay, So 1 plus 6, 7, 7 plus 5, 12, 17 plus 4, 21 plus 2, 23, 23 plus 9, 23 plus 9 is 32. So 3 carry over, 2 over here, 3, 6 plus 5, 11, 12, 13, 13 plus 3, 16. So that is 162. Fine. We got the summation of fi into xi as this. And since we need to find the mean, so your mean will be summation of fi into xi is how much? 162 upon summation of fi, that is 20. Okay, you just divide them. So mean will be equal to, you can write it as cancel in the table of 2. So 2 8s are 16 and 1s are, and then it will be 8.1. Got it? Therefore, the mean number of, what were this? The mean number of plants per house is 8.1. What we can say? Therefore, the mean number of plants per house is 8.1. Got it?
Can you explain it again?
Okay. See over here. Since this is the first question, and that's why I'm explaining it again. What they have given first, the number of plants they have given from 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6 and all, right? And the number of houses which they found, the number of houses means 0 to 2 plants they found only one house, 2 to 4 plants they found only two house, 4 to 6 plants they found one house, right? And we need to find what is the mean number of plants per house as per the given data, right? So what we will do, the number of plants they have given from 0 to 2, 2 to 4 like that, right? So we have to find the middle value of this. So what we will do, we'll find the class mark. And how you will find the class mark? Add both of them and divide by 2. So what do you get? That's what your class mark, and that is given by xi. Okay, so I have done the same thing. The frequency was already given. I have done summation of fi, that is summation of all these frequencies. Similarly, I have multiplied this and written over here. Yeah, and after that you will add all of them. Why? Because you need summation of fi into xi as per the formula, right? And then you will divide both of them, you will get the mean. This is by the formula you got the mean also, and this is what the mean number of plants per house will be, 8.1. Clear, Aditya?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, fine. Now this was a direct method of finding the mean. Okay, now since it involves multiplications over here, right? If this number is very huge, if you have this numbers as very huge, means if it is 50 to 75, then you will get 65 as the mean, right? And then those numbers will be very high, and then if you multiply and if you add all of them and then division, it involves lot of multiplication, division and lot of calculation, right? To avoid that, you can do shortcut method. Okay, so to avoid such kind of calculation, we will be using shortcut method. Now, how do we use the shortcut method? That also I'll tell you. But before that, first I'll tell you what are the formulas to find, what are the formulas we will be using in shortcut method. The shortcut method, if you want to solve, for the shortcut method, to, we'll be using this formula to find the mean using a shortcut method. Now, what all this are? This A, the small a, is your assumed mean. Now, what is your assumed mean and all? I'll explain you in the example only when we'll be solving. Okay, this di is your deviation. We'll explain you in the example only what it is exactly. It is what, fine. So we'll be using this formula. You can note down. For shortcut method we'll be using this. There is one more method that also I'll tell you, using step deviation method. So in the step deviation method, the formula which we are going to use is this. Okay, over here also your a is your assumed mean. Okay, over here this h is your class interval, and u is that's what xi minus the deviation and divided by the class interval. Okay, that also I'll explain you properly in the example only. With these two methods we are going to use in the further sums. Okay, you can please note down these formulas. In the shortcut method this is the formula, and in the step deviation method this is the formula. Okay, suppose if I want to solve the second question. Again, what is given? Consider the following distribution of a daily wages of a 50 workers of a factory. Okay, the daily wages they have given. Okay, the daily wages is from 500 to 520 rupees for 12 workers, 520 to 540 rupees for 14 workers, 540 to 560 rupees for 8 workers. Like that, the data you have. Okay, and now you have to find the mean daily wages of the worker of the factory by using an appropriate method. Okay, so again, the same thing, will be taking a table first. So what all things you have? First you have the daily wages. So let's write that daily wages in it. Okay, the daily wages is from 500 to 520. Then it is from 520 to 540. Then 540 to 560. 560 to 580. And then from 580 to 600. Okay, this is what the daily wages you have. And the number of workers also they have given. Number of workers. This is nothing but your frequency. So you can also write this as your FI. So what are they? 12, 14, 8, 6, and 10. Okay, this is what your frequency is. Fine. So after this, now what you will need, since this is given in a range, right, from 500 to 520, 520 to 540. So what we will need, first we will find the class mark, that is the value of xi. Okay, so we'll find the class mark. Okay, so class mark, that is xi, we'll find it first. So 500 to 520, what you will do, you have to find the middle value of this. 500 plus 520 is 1020, divided by 2 is 510. Okay, similarly it will be 530, this will be 550, this will be 570, yeah, and this will be 590. Okay, this is what your class mark which you have got, right? Now once you get this, we'll be using an assumed mean method, or you can say we can use the shortcut method or a step deviation method in this. Why? Because the values of xi are huge. If you multiply xi into fi, it will give you a very big value. Suppose if you want to find fi and xi, okay, and we use the direct method only to find, right? Multiplication of these numbers will be huge, yes or no? Yeah, so better is we will be using a shortcut method or a step deviation method will be using, right? Now whenever we want to use a shortcut method, okay, so we'll have to assume one of them as the mean. The values which you have over here, right, 510, 530, 550, 570, and 590, you have to consider one of them as your mean, that is your assumed mean. So let us say your assumed mean, what you will do, you will assume one of them as the mean. Always take the middle value. Suppose over here, since there are 5 readings, you take the middle one as the assumed mean. Okay, it is better always take the middle one as your assumed mean. So if your assumed mean is 500, right? If your assumed mean is 500, then what, you don't have to calculate this fi into xi first. We'll be calculating your assumed mean minus xi. Means, sorry, you will calculate the value of di, which is your xi minus your assumed mean. Okay, xi minus your assumed mean. So your assumed mean is 500. So 510 minus 500.
Sir, it's 550, no?
Oh, sorry, it's 550. Sorry, it's 550. Okay. So 510 minus 550 gives you how much? Minus 40. Yes or no? Then 530 minus 550 gives you minus 20. This gives you 0. This gives you 570 minus 5. This gives you 20. And 590 minus 550 gives you 40. Fine. You got this value? Okay. Now after that, now there is a confusion that whether we'll be using a shortcut method or a step deviation method. There are two ways. We can directly use a shortcut method from this, or we can use a step deviation method also. If this di values are multiple of this class interval. So see over here, 500 to 520 is there. So what is that? 20. The class interval is 20, no? 500 to 520, 520 to 540. The class interval is how much? 20. If these values are multiple of that class interval, then we'll be using a step deviation method. Which method? We'll be using a step deviation method. Otherwise, you can use a shortcut method also. Because if you use a step deviation method, it will be even more shortcut. The step deviation method is even more shortcut as compared to the shortcut method. Okay, since they are multiple, so we'll find the value of ui now. Okay, that is your ui will be equal to d upon h, where h is what? Your class interval. What is h? H is your class interval. That over here, it is the value of d, that is whatever the d is, di upon h. H is 20 in this case. Yes or no? Okay. Now, minus 40 divided by 20 gives you how much? Minus 2. Yeah. After that, my 20 divided by minus 20 divided by 20 gives you minus 1. 0 divided by 20 gives you 0. 20 divided by 20 gives you 1. And 40 divided by 20 gives you 2. That's it. Fine. Now, these numbers are very less as compared to these values to do the multiplication, division, and any calculation. Are you getting it? Yeah. So now what we will do, we'll do fi into ui, because we are using step deviation method in this case. Okay, the step deviation method will have ui and the shortcut method will have only di. Okay, so now if I do fi into ui, what you will get? This is what your fi values and this is what your ui values. So 12 into minus 2 gives you minus 24. 14 into minus 1 gives you minus 14. 8 into 0 gives you 0. 6 into 1 gives you 6. 10 into 2 gives you 20. It was very easy to multiply. Got it? Using a step deviation method. Now you have the values of fi ui. Okay, now what is the formula for using a step deviation method? This is what your formula to use step deviation method to find the mean. Okay, so your mean will be a plus h into summation of fi into ui upon summation of fi. Okay, so if I do summation of fi over here, summation of fi into ui, if I do it, wait, yeah, if I do summation of fi into ui, that will be how much? Minus 24 minus 14 will be how much? Minus 38, and this will be 26, right? So minus 38 and plus 26 will be how much? 8 minus 6, that is 2, and 3 minus 2, that is 1, so it will be minus 12. Got it? To calculate this, what you have to do? First add the value, all the values which are in minus, and add all the values which are in plus, and then add both of them. So that you will get summation of fi into ui. What did you get is minus 12. Okay. Also, you need to do what is summation of fi, because that's there in the formula, no? As you can see, to find the mean. So summation of fi will be how much? Will be equal to this will be, wait, this and this 20, 30, 40, 50. Answer is 50. Summation of fi is how much? It will be 50. So now I can apply the whole formula. Your a is what? Your assumed mean. Your assumed mean was 550 plus h. H is what? Your class interval. The class interval is 500 to 520, right? So that is 20. Fi into ui. Summation of fi into ui, that is minus 12. upon summation of fi, that is 50. Just solve this, you'll get the mean. This 0 0 gets cancelled. So what you have is 550 minus 24 by 5, right? So you can do the cross multiplication over here. 5 zeros are 0, 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25, and then 27 minus 24. So that will be 10 minus 4, that is 6. Then 4 minus 2, that is 2. Yeah, then this is 6, and this is 2, and then divided by 5. So if you divide it, 5 5s are 25, 1 carry, 5 2s are 10, 2 carry, 5 5s are 25, 1 carry, and then that is 10, so 5 2s are. So this is what your mean is. Got it? Did you get what? How do we out? Wait, 5 5s are 25.
Sir, I'm getting the answer is 545.2.
Yeah. I have made a small. Yeah, we made a small mistake over here. That is 2750 minus 24. It will be 2726 only. 2726 by 5, and then this answer will also change. So it will be 5 5s are 25, then it is 2 carry over, 5 4s are 20, and then again 2 carry over, 5 5s are 25, and then 1 carry point 0.1, so it will be 545.2. Got it? This would be your mean. Okay, see, we have done the all the calculation by our hand only, right? We did not need any calculator, nothing. But if we multiply 12 into 510, 14 into 530, 8 into 550, and then add all of them, and then divide with the frequency, it will need a lot of calculation. Got it? But still you'll get the same mean. What you'll get? You'll still get the same answer, that is 545.2. Got it? But using step deviation method, what it happens that we need to do a very small amount of calculation. Got it? It avoids you. If to avoid calculation, you can do step deviation method. That's why what they are using, what they are saying, they will not say with any method. They what they will say, using an appropriate method. So you have to decide which will be the method. Okay? So how do you decide that? I have told you. If the numbers are too high, so better is use an assumed method. You can use the shortcut method. But if you find this di values as a multiple of this class interval, then use a step deviation method. Got it? How many of you have understood?
So can you tell how did you find the assumed mean? I was not there in that class. That's why.
Okay. The assumed mean is you need to assume. Okay, any one of them. You can take any one of them, but recommended is always take the middle value. But if there are six readings, then
Okay.
what you will do? If there were one more reading, that is five, that is 600. Then which one will take the assumed mean as?
The third or
You
fourth
can take any one, either this or
one.
either this. You can use any one. Even if you take the assumed mean as this, then also you'll get the same answer. If you want, you can try it at your home. Okay. If you take any one as the assumed mean, anyhow the answer will come the same. Okay. But better is the recommended is always take the middle value, because if you take the middle value, this readings will be small. Got it? So clear everyone over here?
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Now we'll solve one more sum. Now see to this sum. In this sum, they have given the mean. The following distribution shows a daily pocket allowance of a children of a locality. The mean pocket allowance is rupees 18. They have already given what is the mean. Find the missing frequency. You need to find this missing frequency. Understood? So again, you have to apply the same kind of method and use an appropriate method to find what is f. So when you will understand what will be the appropriate method, while solving only you will get it. Okay, you won't be able to decide it in advance. While solving only you will get it what we have to do exactly. Okay, so let us solve this question. If you are smart enough, you will get it before solving also. Okay, but for the time you understand that, while solving only you will understand. Okay, now again let's make a table. So they have given daily pocket allowance and number of childrens. So which one is the frequency in this?
Number of children.
Exactly. Whenever they will give you some numbers, right, there will be a count, right? So for that count, that will be your fi value, and from this we will be taking the xi values. Okay, so first they have given daily pocket allowance, so we'll write over here daily pocket allowance, and that is allowance that is from level to 13. This is from 13 to 15, is from 15 to 17, from 17 to 19, from 19 to 21, it's from 21 to 23, and it's from 23 to 25. Fine, this is what you had, and they have also given the number of childrens. That's what your fi. Okay, so that is how much? 7, 6, 9, 13, f, 5, and 4. Again, since they have given intervals, so we'll have to find xi first. So your xi will be the middle value of this. That gives you how much? 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Fine. So this all values you have as xi. Then if you want to do a direct method, so what you can do, directly do fi into xi and then solve it. Then also you'll get it. But what we will do, we'll try to use a shortcut method or a step deviation method. Okay. So for using a shortcut method, you will have to consider one of them as your assumed mean. Okay. So if I consider one of them as their assumed mean, you can take either 16 or 18 or 20, anyone as the assumed mean. So what I am considering is my assumed mean is 18. I'm taking it as 18. You can take anyone. You can, if you even if you want 16, if you want 20, if you want 22, you can take anyone. Recommended is the middle value, either 16 or 18. Okay. So if I take 18, the assumed mean as 18, and then if I do xi minus, that is I'll find the di, that is what your xi minus your assumed mean. Okay. So your xi minus assumed mean will be 12 minus 18. That gives you how much? 12 minus 18 is minus 6. 14 minus 18 is minus 4. 16 minus 18 is minus 2. 18 minus 18 is 0. 20 minus 18 is 2. 22 minus 18 is 4. And 24 minus 18 is 6. Got it? This was the middle value. That's why I've taken 18. So this, see this counts are almost the same kind of. Yeah. Now again, what you will do, we'll check whether these numbers are the multiple of the interval of this. Level to 13, what is the class interval? That is 2. So these numbers are multiple of that. So what we can do, we can use step deviation method in this. Now we'll be using step deviation. That is, we'll be finding ui also. That will be di minus h. H is your class interval. The class interval is 2. From level to 13, you have 2 as the interval, right? So minus 6 divided by 2. That gives you your di divided by, that di divided by 2. You can lower down your hand once it's done. Now minus 6 divided by 2 will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. It becomes even more, the number becomes even more small, no, as compared to these values, right? If you compare with these values, it becomes even more small. Now it is very easy to find, right? Now what is our formula to find mean in the step deviation method? That is this, right? So let's write it. Your assumed mean, your mean will be equal to your assumed mean plus summation of fi into ui upon summation of fi into h. This is what your formula to find the mean using a step deviation method. Now first we'll have to find what is fi into ui. right? We'll have to find what is fi into ui. So 7 into minus 3, that is how much? Yeah, 7 into minus 3, minus 21. 6 into minus 2, minus 12. 9 into minus 1, minus 9. 13 into 0 is 0. F into 1 is F. 5 into 2 is 10. And 4 into 3 is 12. Right? We'll do summation of all of them. We'll write the summation. Summation of Fi into ui. And over here, the summation of F also. Right? We'll have to find summation of Fi into ui and summation of F both. So if I want to find the summation of this, how you will do it? Take all the negative values, take all the positive values, add them and then subtract or add whatever is there, right? So minus 1 plus 2, that is 3, 3 plus 9 is 12, 3, 4, 42, that's minus 42. Okay, and then 10 plus 12 is 22, positive. Add both of them and then you have to add F also. If you want to add them, you get minus 20, yeah, minus 20 and this F is also there. So ultimately what you get? F minus 20. Understood everyone? Yeah, okay, it will be,
Done.
yeah. No, it's not.
Done.
Yeah, yeah, please ask. Yes, Aditya, what you was asking?
No, you said it is done.
No, no, it's not done. I'm said this value is done. Not the sum is not done.
Okay.
Yeah. So summation of fi into ui is done. Now let's add summation of fi also. So this plus this 10, then yeah, this plus this 20. So we got 30, 39, 39 plus 5 is how much? 44 and f, 44 plus f. Yeah, what you get? 44 plus f. That's what your summation of fi. Now let's find the mean. The mean is already given in the question. That's how much? 18. So 18 equals your assumed mean. Your assumed mean is also 18. Plus summation of fi into ui is how much? F minus 20 upon summation of fi, that is 44 plus f into h. The value of h is 2. The class interval is 2. Getting it? Now if this 18 goes on that side, 18, 18 will get cancelled actually. So 0 will be equal to f minus 20 upon 44 plus f into 2. This 2 goes on that side, again it becomes 0. So 0 will be equal to f minus 20 upon 44 plus f. If I take this on this side, if I take this on this side, it also becomes 0. So 0 will be equal to f minus 20, and finally the value of f will be 20. Got it? Now you have understood almost the thing which is required. Okay, what is step deviation method, what is shortcut method, and what is the direct method. Now almost all the questions are similar. Okay, but still I'll try to explain if there is any changes in it. Okay, now 30 women were examined in a hospital by a doctor and the number of heartbeats per minute were recorded and summarized as follows. This question is clear or is it looking blur?
No, it is not blur, it is clear.
It's clear, no?
It's slightly blurred.
Slightly blur as compared to the above one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
But
you can
that is
still,
manageable.
but still it is visible, no? Yeah, okay,
Yes.
okay, fine. Now choose a suitable method, find the mean of the heartbeats per minute, what they have asked. Right over here 65 to 68. The class interval is 3, okay? And the number of women they have given, it is almost the same kind of question, so you can solve this question in your homework. Okay, please try to solve this and get the answer. If you don't get the answer properly, then you can ask in the next class. The next, now this is a quite a different, there is only a small difference. Can anyone tell me what is that small difference in this question? If anyone knows it, who have learned in school, anything like that, you can unmute yourself and answer.
The upper limit of the first batch and the lower limit of the second one do not coincide.
Yes, exactly. These are discontinuous data. The data which they have given is not a continuous data, right? From 50 to 52 they have given, and then from they have started 53 to 55, right? It's a discontinuous data. So if it is a discontinuous data, what we will do, see, I'll tell you what we can do. It's almost the same method. The only one difference will be there in this question. Now, what you have in the retail market, fruit vendors were selling mangoes kept in a packing boxes. These boxes contained varying number of mangoes. The following was the distribution of the mangoes according to the number of boxes. Number of boxes from 50 to 52. Number of boxes were 15. So over here, both have number and number. So which one will be the frequency?
Number
Boxes.
of boxes.
Why only number of boxes? Why not number of mangoes?
Because number of mangoes are groups and that
Okay, okay,
boxes
fine.
that
Suppose if they have given it like this, 50, 53, 45, 70 and 75. Then how you will decide which one will be the frequency?
the number of boxes only.
Why?
So like number of boxes with 50 mangoes is 15
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah,
So
right.
15 is the
So always
frequency.
means these are the same thing, right? So these are different always, right? So always you take the number of counts which we are going to start from 1, 2, 3, take that as the frequency. Okay. See, if they have written this as 50, 55, 45, 60 and 65, right? Now, how do you decide if you don't understand which one will be the frequency? If I ask you to write the data in a full length, okay. So if I want to write, means there are 15 boxes of 50, no? So what you will write? 50, comma 50, comma 50, comma 50, like that, 15 times, yeah. Then 55, 110 times you will have to write. If it's an ungrouped data. So whatever data you are writing over here, that will be the values of xi, and the other data which is not written in over here, the number of times which you will write, that will be your frequency. Got it? If you get confused in this, now again we'll write the data, but this time you will write the data not as it is given. Okay, so the number of mangoes which they have given, number of mangoes which they have given, from 50 to 52 they have given, right? So what you will do, it is from 49.5 to 52.5. Okay, what we are doing, we are subtracting half on the left on the lower limit and adding half on the upper limit. Again over here also you will subtract half. 53 minus half will be 52.5 to 55.5. See, now what became, it became continuous. What happened, it became continuous, no? So whatever the difference will be there, 52 to 53 they have started, no? So what is the difference? There is a difference of 1. So half it, that is half. So add and subtract, means subtract half in the lower limit and add half in the upper limit. If the difference is of 2, then you have to add 1 in the lower limit and subtract 1 in the lower limit and add 1 in the upper limit. Got it? If the data is discontinuous, then yeah, fine. So this will be, and over here it will be again 55.5 to 58.5. This will be 58.5 to 61.5. This will be 61.5 to 64.5. What is the class interval now? What is the difference?
3.
3.
3. Yeah, the value of h will be 3 now. Before it was 2. As you see in this data, it was 2. But after changing, it became 3. Fine. This was the number of mangoes. And now let's write number of boxes. Since it's a number of boxes, so it will be the frequency. That is what your Fi. So that is 15, 110, 135, 115 and 25. Yeah. Now, once this is done, now we'll find the class mark. Okay, as done in the previous sum, we'll find class mark. The class mark will be your xi, and this values will be the average of this 49.5 plus 52.5 and divided by 2. That gives you how much?
51.
Yeah, exactly. That will be the middle value, right? If you add 1.5 into it, you'll get it. Since the difference is 3, so add 1.5 in the lower limit, you'll get the answer. So if you add 1.5 into this, it will be 0.5, 50 and 51. This will be 53, 54, 56, 57, 59, 60, 62, 63. Fine? Is it clear? Okay. So the class mark is done. Now what you need? Now to find the mean, you'll have to do either you will do the direct method, or you will do the step deviation method, or you will do a shortcut method. So tell me whether we should do a direct method, or we should do a step deviation method, or we should do a shortcut method,
The between one.
the between one. So that is what the shortcut method. Okay. So to do the shortcut method, we'll have to do consider one of them as your assumed mean. So the middle one will be considering as the assumed mean. So let your assumed mean, you can write over here, let the assumed mean be your a equals 57, right? So that we will over here we will write the values of di now. The value of di is xi minus your assumed mean. Fine. So your assumed mean is 57. 51 minus 57 is how much? Minus 6. 54 minus 57 minus 3. This is 0. 60 minus 57, that is 3, and then again it is 6. Now these values are multiple of this class interval, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So which method we will use? First method, second method, or third method? Yeah,
Step deviation.
exactly. I hope everyone is understanding, because only one student, I got the answer only from one student. Chaitanya, everything is clear to you? Yeah? Navya, Alia, everything is clear? Okay, fine. So now we are doing step deviation method. Why? Because these numbers are multiple of the class interval. The class interval is 3, and these numbers are multiple of that. So what we can do, we can use step deviation method. So what you will do, you will write ui equals di divided by h, and that value is equals to di upon 3. So again, what you get, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. Done. Now we'll do summation of, first we'll find what is fi into ui, right? Your fi is 15. Now the frequencies are greater, so what we can do in this are very huge values. We cannot change this. If the frequencies are huge, we cannot do anything, we have to multiply only. Okay, if the values of xi are huge, we can do some reduction to it, and that this is what the reduction which we have done, right? If the frequencies are huge numbers, we can't do anything, we'll have to multiply with that number only. So 15 into minus 2, that gives you minus 30. 110 into minus 1, that gives you minus 110. 135 into 0, that gives you 0. 115 into 1, that gives you 115. And 25 into 2, that gives you 50. Right? Now we'll do summation of. Now what we will do? We'll do summation of fi into ui. And over here we will do summation of fi. Yeah? Let's add them. To add them, first we'll do whatever there is in subtraction. It is minus 140. And this is 5, 60, 165. 165 minus 140 is how much? 5 minus 0 is
15,
0. Sorry, 5 minus 0 is 5. 6 minus 4 is 20.
25.
Yeah, that is 25. Yeah. So 25 is your summation of fi into ui. And let's add this also. 5 plus 0 plus 5. So this is 20. 2 carry over. 3, 4, 4 plus 3. That is 7, 8, 9, 10. 0. 1 carry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 400. Yeah. So the value of fi is 400. Now let us find your mean. The formula for mean is we are using step deviation method. That will be your assumed mean plus summation of fi into ui divided by summation of fi into h. This is what your formula to find the mean using step deviation method. Your assumed mean was 57 plus summation of fi into ui 25, summation of fi 400
Yes.
into h. The class interval is 3. Fine. So this will be 57 plus 75. No, wait, we'll divide it. No, 25 by 400 into 3. No,
60.
so
1 upon
25, 5 5s are 5 8s are 40 and then 0. 5 1s are 5. 5 6 are 13. 5 6 are 30. So it will be 57 plus 3 by 16. Okay, we'll have to calculate this. 3 by 16 is how much?
Sure.
Yeah,
But you said that you are going to do the shortcut.
no,
Then why did you? No, like, can't we do it with shortcut?
means what exactly? We can do it with shortcut also. We can
Hmm.
do it with shortcut method as well as step deviation method as well as the direct method. But the step
Yeah,
deviation,
actually, I know
yeah,
uh, why we are using step deviation, but
yeah,
I'm just asking, we can use shortcut also.
yeah, you can use shortcut also, no problem. You can multiply
Okay.
this xi into di and use that. See what happens,
Okay.
ultimately it is the same only. What happens, see, in this formula this h is extra which you will multiply at the end, right? At the end you will multiply in the step deviation method. What happens? You will multiply this h at the end and you will divide with h in the beginning. And in the shortcut method, what happens? See, the formula for shortcut method was there is no h in this, as you can see. Since we are not dividing, and that's why we are not multiplying also. In the step deviation method, what do? We divide with h first and then multiply with h. Why divide? Because the number gets reduced. Are you getting it?
Okay, sir.
Any method you use, any method, the shortcut method, the step deviation method, or the direct method, in everything you will get the same answer. But in the direct method there will be huge calculation. In the shortcut method there will be some amount of calculation, and in the step deviation method the calculation will be even more reduced. That's it. Clear? Okay, now we'll have to do this 3 upon 16. So we'll divide 16 with 3. Yeah, so 0 points are 30, 16 ones are 16, and then we'll have to do this calculation. Yeah, I hope you guys know it. I'm using a calculator over here. 3 divided by 16, that gives you 0.1875. Yeah, so your answer will be 57.1875. Got it?
Sir, I'm saying it is same as the previous one,
Yes,
and
it
F
is.
is also not there.
I feel what?
F is also not there.
Yeah, it's the same. The only difference which you had was this, the beginning.
F.
No, no, the class intervals were discontinuous, no? So you have to make it continuous. Otherwise, each and everything which we have done now is almost the same as we have done the first sum. All the sums are similar. That's what I'm saying. All the sums are similar. Once you understand what is shortcut method, what is step deviation, and what is the direct method, that's it. These are the only three methods which you have in the first exercise. Okay. Now over here, this you can do it by your own only. Use a suitable method. So you have to decide which method you will use. Okay. Please lower down your hand. The next. To find out the concentration of SO2 and whatever they have given, again they have given the concentration over here. It's a continuous, it's only in decimal, that's the only problem, otherwise everything is same. Okay, you have to do the same way only. You can try this in your homework. Yeah, we'll do the next now. Yeah,
This is a CBSE batch or ICSE batch?
see, the CBSE and ICSE both are same. Means the statistics in the in the ICSE, the name of the chapter is measures of central tendency, and in the CBSE it is statistics. It is
This
almost
is
the same.
NCERT.
The same content is there. There is only one exercise which is different, that will be taught separately to you. To ICSE batch, that will be taught separately, otherwise everything is same. See, I'll show you the ICSE book also, then you will be get it. Wait, I'll open it.
No, no, I'm just asking, this is NCERT.
This is NCRT, yes.
Okay.
Wait, I'll show you. You are from ICSE, Aditya?
From ICC only.
Yeah, whoever over here are from ICSE, let me show you. Wait. See, this is what the concise Salina book of ICSE. Okay, you can see it. It's almost the same. The data height they have given, there is a frequency. Okay, the same thing you have to do. Use appropriate method in this also. Okay, over here also you have to find what the means the mean only. Calculate the mean wage correct to the nearest rupee. Wages, now they have given A, B, C, D. This category will be of no use. They have given the wages, and these are the number of workers. The same content. Okay, over here also 100 match boxes were checked to determine and they contained, and it's the same thing. Only one different thing is there, which is the quartile thing, the first quartile, second quartile, and all. So that thing is not there in CBSE. So that will be taught separately to you for the ICSE student. Otherwise, everything is same.